I love healing in Final Fantasy XIV. I've been healing in dungeons so far as a scholar and an astrologian, and I think both jobs are very, very fun to play. So yeah, today we're gonna have a look at the salty guide to Final Fantasy XIV healing in 5 minutes or less by Lucy Pyre. Alright, let's have a look.
Do you like the feeling of godhood? Having ultimate control over destiny? Holding the fate of the party in your hands?
Wow.
And you're looking at the wrong role. Because healers are not for the power hungry. As of 6.0, healers are for role players. Or people who are too angry to learn anything else. Welcome to the Final Fantasy XIV Healing in a Nutshell guide. And I'm here to tell you that we can get through this disaster together. Step 1. You are a healer. What do you think your job is? Multiple choice, take your time.
Holy
If
shit.
your answer was healing, it's time to pick a different role.
What options did we have there? This was a bit quick. You are a healer, what next? Hire a therapist, uninstall, commit a tax fraud, heal the party. Of course it's D. That's the obvious. I take D.
If your answer was healing, it's time to pick a different role. And if that sounds weird, it's because the tank can
Wait,
do
what?
most of your healing for you. So your real
What?
job is just
How?
making sure that no one kicks the bucket. You can accomplish this by having everyone at full health, or you could end the fight like me, where everyone is living on a fucking prayer. Yes, indeed. Your real job is 98% dealing damage and 2% babysitting the DPS that just can't seem to pick up a mechanic after seeing it for the 14th time. You are the
That's what I love so much, and I've noticed this while playing on the Scholar and the Astrologian. Like, you have a lot of DPS windows in dungeon runs. Like, when you're fighting a boss, there are always several seconds where you can do DPS and you don't have to focus on healing. Then there's like this phase, you heal someone, and either you pop your AoE heal, you pop it like once or twice, and you're all good, right? Or just the tank needs to be here, depending on the mechanic. And then you have your 10 plus seconds again where you can mostly deal DPS. And what's so cool, especially on like the Scholar, you have like this fairy that heals for you, right? So you can play pretty aggressive on the Scholar while the fairy does the job, literally. Like, this is why I have so much fun on Scholar.
the unappreciated mom of the party. You are here to kiss the job potion summoners' boo-boos and make them better. But no more than
wow.
that, for you are a strict tiger mom. And all DPS should be forced to suffer. I mean, don't let them die, but let them panic at the disco a little bit. Who doesn't love seeing a summoner spam physic in pure desperation? Step 2.
Your group will hate you, don't do that.
What method will you use? Should you pick a healer that appeals to you on a personal level and won't lead to burnout? Or will you follow the all-knowing meta of the game that definitely matters? Trick question. Pretty much every
It's
healer
either
is just
Scholar or
the other
Astrologian,
healer, but
I
with a
say.
different coat of paint, so I highly recommend picking Sage because damn, those lasers are sick, boy. I mean, yeah, there
They
are
look
some
nice.
differences, but I can simplify them real quick for you, so here we go. White Mage is your go-to pick if you hate both yourself and thinking. Astrologian, pick this if you hate ever having a moment of peace and you enjoy carpal tunnels. Scholar, pick this if you
You know what? That's actually true with like you don't have much moment of peace. Like Astrologian, that's why I like it, is a very, very busy job because not only do you have to keep the cards up on your party members so they get like a DPS boost, but you have to heal and DPS. You're doing literally like 3 things at the same time. You are buffing your party members, you are healing, and you're DPSing. And this is what I love about it. And Scholar, I think it's coming next, right? Is not only smart, like she says. Of course, you are smart if you're a Scholar, but as a Scholar, and that's like really, really cool, you're actually, like, you have auto healing literally with the fairy. Like, you can focus more on playing aggressive and DPS. So if you're like someone that tends to be more of a DPS player, but you still want to be a healer and you want to have this feeling, oh, you're super useful and helpful to your party members, because healers are usually in that spot, right? Like, everyone loves healers, but also blames them if the group wipes. So yeah, I think Scholar is, I think, if you're like always playing DPS, you wanna try healing, I recommend Scholar. It's like more of an easier healer job, in my opinion.
Scholar, pick this if you love Navi and you like it when people die through no fault of your own. And Sage, pick this if you're a fucking
Sage.
base Chad and you have a need for speed. And there you have it. Enjoy your new main friend. Step 3. So you've chosen your healer. How do you go about setting up your hotbar? You may recall that I said 98% of your time will be spent DPSing. This might not be true at first when you're new to the role, but as you get used to it and start
Yeah,
to
it
realize how
becomes-
little damage there is in mainline content,
Yeah, it's muscle
this
memory.
will indeed be the case. Just put your damage spells on whichever key you don't don't mind losing from overuse and put your healing wherever suits your fancy. Now as you're doing this, you may realize something. Hey, so I was putting all my skills on the hotbar, but I only have 2 buttons that deal damage. I must be missing something. Is that really what I'm doing 98% of the time? Yeah, that is kinda weird, huh? Maybe we should ask the devs to do something about that. Hey Yoshi P, the healers know you're not gonna increase damage.
I'm actually glad that I don't have so many DPS skills on a healer. Cause, like, yeah, like I said earlier, you have your DPS windows, but there are also times you have to heal. Now imagine you had like a rotation of, let's say, 5 DPS skills on a healer in Final Fantasy XIV. And I don't actually know any healer job that has at least 5 skills in a DPS rotation. Like, they all have only 2, 3, one has probably like 4 or so, but you only have like usually 3, maybe 4 at most, like DPS skills. And that's fine, because sometimes you only have 7-8 seconds to DPS and then you need to heal again, right? But that's enough time, 7-8. Like, it's pretty chill. You press this, you press that, then you see, okay, now my mate has like 60% health. Okay, it's time to heal or something, right? Like, the cool thing also about like Final Fantasy XIV, and some people hate this, is like, if you overheal as a healer, you pull mobs, right? Because you get the aggro on you. So what you're usually doing in Final Fantasy XIV as a healer, you're watching out for party members that reach around 50% health or something like that before you start healing, right? So it gives you enough time to DPS also, right? So it's not so boring to just stand around and spam heal. Like, I like that a lot.
So they just want more DPS things to do. You want me to tell them that?
I love this edit.
Okay. Bye, Daddy. Alright, so
Bye,
I know
Daddy.
you're still in a Realm Reborn and your single target rotation doesn't change from level 45 to 90, but he told me to tell you to queue for Ultimate. Yeah, I don't really know myself on that one. Step 4. So you just died and watched the tank carry the entire party through 80% of the boss's HP like it was nothing, huh? Don't worry, happens to all of us. Yoshi forbid you're new to a dungeon and you die to a mechanic at the beginning.
But it's true, some tanks are like crazy OP. I feel like Dark Knight seems quite OP, but it's also quite fun and stuff. And yeah, by the way, guys, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget, hit that subscribe button for more MMO content. And yeah, like, as a tank, you also have some group skills that keep the group alive. I think it's nice because it gives more value to tanks, and I feel like some people, like in most MMOs, as my experience, that's what people keep telling me. Everyone prefers DPS. Everyone wants to play DPS, DPS, DPS. Then it's followed by healers, and then at some point tanks. Because tanks, I feel like a lot of people that want to play tanks, they panic a lot when picking the role a tank. Because they feel like, oh, as a tank, I have the most important role because I need to keep the aggro on me. And what if I'm too slow, or what if like one of my mates gets attacked and I don't pull it, like I'm gonna get the full blame of the group. Like, I feel like a lot of people, they panic to not, like, they're afraid to play a tank because of that. Because they feel like they have so much responsibility on their shoulders.
Red mages and summoners are never there when that happens. And Endwalker tanks
Hide
have
in a
made it
bush.
their personal mission to flex their new self-healing at the expense of the entire party. But I get it. You need advice to
you shouldn't
soften the
ever
blow
need to
dealt
spend
your
that.
ego. Once upon a
Expend
time,
that.
you were the based healer who could carry any tank through the largest of bowls. Now
Scholar.
you're just here because the duty finder said you have to be. My suggestion is to simply become a masochist. When you enjoy the pain, the tanks have no power over you. In fact, you should probably start ERPing in Sage Chat to assert your dominance over the entire party. Self-heal
Holy
himself
shit.
through that
What a
emotional
suggestion.
trauma. Step 5. Now, there's been a lot of negatives in this video, but if you've learned to navigate this cruel healing world, let me take a moment just to say thank you. You're doing a job not many people want, and where would those horrible
True.
DPS
Everyone wants to be
without you?
DPS.
Even though you're never gonna have more than 2 buttons to deal damage, even though several of your job skills are useless enough to almost never get touched, even though your kit works against itself, even though you have too much healing when everything is going well, and not enough healing when more than 2 people make a mistake, even though warriors can heal themselves better than you ever could, even though... Congratulations, you've made it to the end of the guide, and you are now a Chad healer! Wow,
Yay,
this all
we
sounds
did it.
really well
We are now
designed and
experts.
fun. To summarize, keep everyone at 5% just to feel alive again and
Nah.
learn to love pain.
Wait till
Thank you
half-
so much for
half
making
health
my
is
tank
down.
queues shorter.
Don't do it too late.
I love you, healer mains. Yay!
Is there any rap coming? Oh, this time there's no rap. Too bad. Like, I really love it when like Lucy Pyre is rapping. Let me like that video. And holy shit, like like I actually don't think it's bad that healers, like that's my opinion, let me know in the comment section what you think about this, but I actually don't think it's bad if you have 2 or 3 DPS skills you usually rotate around. Like I think it's fine, because like I often have this problem that at least 1 or 2 of my group mates are a bit slacking, or they're doing something wrong, and they often don't avoid all the AoEs and in mechanics, and sometimes they drop on 30% health all of a sudden, like literally almost one shot, right? So I'm glad that I have like a simple DPS rotation on the healer, because I can focus on keeping everyone alive while doing still my job, right? Like, I don't know, some people, they would love to have a more complex rotation, but what is if you sometimes only get 8 seconds to DPS? Like, why do you need many skills for 8 seconds of a DPS window? Then you just cast everything twice, like 2 times this, 2 times that. And then 8 seconds are over anyway, because a cast can take up to 2-3 seconds, right? So, yeah, like, I don't think it's a problem in my opinion. Like, let me know what you think. Do you feel like healers should have at least 5 or 6 DPS skills instead of 2 or 3? And when it comes to tanking, like from what I've seen, at least it's quite often like that in MMO games that I play, that the majority of players plays, of course, DPS, because it's the most favorite job or class, like role, right? Then it's followed by healer and then tank. Tank always seems to be at the bottom when I play. Like, we often have this issue, we find a healer when we are making a group before we find a tank. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm cursed. Like, this happens to me all the time in World of Warcraft. Like, I encounter a healer before I encounter a tank. But maybe it's just a WoW thing, who knows. But Elder Scrolls Online was the same. Healer before tank. I don't know. Maybe Elder Scrolls Online and World of Warcraft is just so much more of a I love healers meta there or something. Like, I don't know. But yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. Let me know your thoughts on the healer in the comment section. Are you maining a healer? How do you feel about playing a healer? Are you happy with your job, your role? Like, let me know. And I wish everyone a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time.